Okay.
All right, so what's up, everybody? My name is Picture Pappy. Thank you so much for tuning into the first podcast. Uh, this is an unnamed podcast right now. I'm not for sure if we have a name for this.
Not yet. We don't, but I will be putting some thought into it.
Yeah, we have to put in some serious thought into this. So I'm going to continually be adjusting audio levels as we go through this, guys. Just so you guys know at home, we were on the phone. We decided that the time is now. We've been in a position for a long time to make some moves, whether it be music or music videos or marketing, whatever it has been. Whatever reason we've chose
Yeah.
not to, we've just been gaining a whole lot of knowledge, and I'm actually fucking terrible at this. So let's completely start over, guys. Hello, my name is Picture Pappy. I'm here with,
Rick James, B.
and this is the podcast.
Untitled podcast.
And welcome to the first episode. So, to we're actually just gonna jump completely into where we left off in the phone conversation. Um, so you guys aren't gonna really know too much background detail, um, but we gotta go. Also, I want to start an counter because that's gonna be the first thing that I try to focus on
I
is
feel you.
trying to eliminate that, trying to keep casual conversation going. And whenever I'm talking to Rick, I'm able to not use ums because we actually just communicate. So I think that's actually going to help me. I've noticed a lot in my live streams whenever you guys watch me on Twitch playing video games that I say a lot. But whenever I'm actually into the action, I don't. So I'm hoping that whenever we're actually into the action with Rick James, that we're gonna be able to eliminate the ums. But I also want to count them because it's gonna be it's you're watching film, for football. Back in the day, like you're watching, hey, what did I do wrong there? I want to learn. So this right here is gonna be quick, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it ends up being. But we just want to present to you guys something, and it needs to be. We had to start. The thing is, you have to start. If you watch Joe Rogan's first podcast, if you watch Tim Ferriss's first podcast, shit shows,
Sloppy.
and they're drunk.
Yeah.
Salut! Are you drinking tonight,
Salute.
Rick?
Nah, I've got
Oh,
a
okay.
I've got a jug
Yo,
of
we're
water in front of me that I'm
okay.
sipping from. But as to the thing, I would say that the reason that you don't have too many ums while you're in game flow or while you're in playing games is because you're probably in a flow state and don't have time for all the extra bullshit. Like I feel like the ums come simply because you have too much time. Your brain's moving faster than what your mouth is, and if you were just to keep going and try and keep up with it, there'd be no time for ums.
Exactly. Well,
Sorry,
and
just
well,
throwing that out.
no, and that's exactly what I was bringing up. Like whenever we talk, like whenever we're just in natural conversation, ums don't happen. All right, and so also I'm just gonna be 100% honest with you guys. This is really weird because we haven't established like video connection with each other to where like we can like look at each other. We're in Discord right now, but right now I'm just like recording and like I'm looking at my screen, my desktop screen right now, and it's currently a Banksy uh, art. And if you want to achieve greatness, stop asking for permission. And so it's really weird right now. I'm
Great
just
quote.
like trying. Yeah, it's a great quote, and I'm just trying to like picture Rick like right now on the balcony drinking his jug of water, and like trying to like envision that because as you guys know, it's tough to talk to people without seeing that just their facial reactions. You can get a
True.
lot from body language. So Rick, let's jump right back in to where we were at and what we were talking about because I feel like that was a great first jump into all of this. So if you want to kind of
Well, I'm trying to think where we
brief.
were before we swapped over. Like I know we were talking about other podcasts. One specifically where I don't know if you guys listen or not, but Duncan Trussell every time that he's on Joe Rogan is just a phenomenal guest, and they have great conversations.
Great
And
combo.
we were jumping in, I think, to I don't know one of the convos that they were having or things they were discussing, and it was getting us on a little bit of our own rambles. Um, I don't
Yeah,
know.
well,
Where exactly were we, Pappy?
yeah, that's what I was trying to.
Like,
What exactly?
I remember Society, Mitzi Shore, crazy ideas,
Oh,
them having
all
one
right.
of the best convos.
Yeah, so basically what I was telling Rick is how I feel like wait, all right, yes. That's what it is. So this is full circle right here. We have done a lot of, and I'm not gonna look at the camera. I'm sorry, guys. I'm fucking sick of that shit. I'm gonna get back and I'm gonna get comfortable like I'm talking to Rick. So we, over the years, if you guys are unfamiliar with myself, Picture Pappy, and Shot by Dick, Rick James B, whatever you guys know him as, we have continually been absorbing knowledge from all sorts of different sources. I think collectively, I think our mentors. I'll go ahead and just state my mentors, and then Rick, you can go ahead and let everybody know who you like kind of look up to. Number one, well, I get no, I'm not gonna put in a particular order because that's kind of tough. So I like Noah Kagan. Really love Noah Kagan.
Enjoy him.
He drives me. He gets my blood flowing. Number two for me again, no particular order. Tim Ferriss.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
he's a G. He is literally a human fucking lab rat, and I love that about him because he has more balls than I would like to think that I would like to do that, but he has done some things that I don't know if I'm ready to push my body to those limits. But it also excites me because I know that he has done it and he ain't died yet. So
Yeah.
I can push my body to those limits if I do that. So we got Noah Kagan, we got Tim Ferriss. Again, just how we started out this podcast, Joe Rogan. He is um
I love him.
he quite possibly might be the most influential interviewer of our time. Actually ever.
He's
Ever.
really just a conversationalist, and yeah, I think
I mean,
he's got the most influence than
he's had
anyone
over
right
a
now.
billion, dude. He's had over a billion streams on his podcast. Nobody else is close, man. So like that blows my mind. Um, and then I would probably have to say next in line for me because I would like to list five. I would like to list five because you are that of who you are most closely associated with. So I would say
Five
Noah
surround
Kagan,
you.
Tim Ferriss, Joe Rogan, and actually that's actually reversed in order. Now that I actually think about it, as far as consumption goes, I definitely
Joe, Tim,
consume
Noah.
Joe, Tim, Noah, and then probably Ryan Holiday next. That's
Yeah.
my fourth. Really, I have a problem implementing stoicism into my life. I believe in it, and I 100% believe it to be the way. I'm having troubles implementing it, and that's my problem. So that's why I put him fourth. I'm still learning off of him. If you guys haven't checked out Ego is the Enemy, quite
Obstacle is the way, bro.
yeah. Obstacle
That's
is
the
the
one that
way.
really hit me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
ego is the enemy is a good one.
Obstacle is the way. Yeah, that was a Quake moment for sure. And then
Yeah.
so to bring up Quake moments, that has to list my last. So you like how I did? You like how I did that there? You like
Yeah,
how I
that was
tied that all
nice.
in? Tom Bilyeu.
Tom Bilyeu.
Uh, wow. I think actually I didn't become woke, and I'm gonna use woke in a fucking loose fashion here.
Yeah, not
I
in the
yeah
traditional sense these
yes.
days.
I I don't think I become woke until I found Tom Bilyeu.
Same, I think.
And he and you know I didn't Tom, I'm sorry, I hope you watch this one day, but I didn't mean to list you fifth again. I not in any particular order, but you were the one that changed, that you 100% changed me, 100% fucking changed me, dude.
Yeah.
You were like a voice of like, oh my god, this is fucking crazy. Oh my god, Gary, I'm so
Gary
sorry, brother.
V.
I'm so sorry, dude.
I was thinking about.
I mean,
Yep.
honestly, yes, no, yeah. So that's my six right there, is because I actually consume a lot of
Sixth
Gary.
man.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he wouldn't mind
Oh
that.
no,
He'd like
yes,
that title.
no. Gary would like that 6 man fucking title, man, because he's out there. Oh, I have to put my shit on airplane mode. I'm sorry, guys. We're learning here. No, but Gary, yeah, Gary, you are 100% my sixth man, dude, and you're a sixth man because you can also be a starter, and that's what's beautiful
Right,
about being a
yeah.
sixth man, you know. But those are the people that have changed me. But to get back to Tom, I feel like I did not become aware of my surroundings and what I thought and what I felt until I started listening to Impact Theory with
Back
Tom
when it was
Billiard.
Inside Quest.
Oh, it was yes, it was Inside. Yes, it was Inside Quest. Whoa. So
Yeah.
that was my awakening moment right there. And then from that moment on, I feel like I've just kind of grabbed and like taken from this and that, and kind of become the person that I am today. And Rick, do you want to give a little bit of? I feel like we need to give a little background. Like that's kind of vital.
I mean,
Like we just
what
like
what kind of background you want to go into?
how
I mean,
how we meet, because I feel like that's actually kind of. I mean, I feel like people would appreciate how we met. I don't know, maybe not. If leave a thumbs down if you guys don't appreciate how we met. But I feel like anybody listening to our podcast is going to be somebody that probably met their best friend in a similar fashion, honestly.
Maybe not similar, but
yeah,
like,
we're nerds.
So if
let's dive in it. Yeah.
If memory serves me correctly,
all the details, bro. All the details, man. Let's give it to
does. All right. So this was. Imagine you're in elementary school, because we were. It was 5th grade. After, like, towards the end of 5th grade, I don't know how it was in his school, because I think he went to Fayette Central.
Yep.
I went to Frazee.
Yep.
And
yeah, you were a Falcon. I was a Hornet.
Yep. And and I don't know. They had told us. I don't really know how much info we were given on it, but there's this thing called the Link, and they had this thing called the Jason Project, and it was where, like, over the summer you would go and learn. This year was about, like, stuff in the ocean and just things of that nature. And it's not like we went on field trips or anything. It was literally volunteer summer school for smart kids. And we went to.
All right. So hold on. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but listen, this happened fucking 9 times in the Duncan Trussell and Joe Rogan interview. I am Duncan, and I got to go pee potty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on the probably pissing screen right here. But Rick, and I hit the mic. I'm gonna edit that out. Rick James is gonna continue the story. So it was the Jason Project. You're in elementary school. Go ahead.
So we were in elementary school, 5th grade. Towards the end of the year, they let us know that there was this thing, and I was such a nerd that, like, I was worried that I got, like, an A- on something. It was like, do you think they'll still let me, like, this is me asking my teacher, do you think they'll still let me be in it? And he was like, I don't know. Like, he wasn't a dick, but I'll say he was a dick for that, because it definitely made me worry. But we both ended up getting into this Jason Project thing, voluntary summer school. And I don't remember exactly how we met, like day one, whatever, but that is where we met. Fun fact, another mutual friend of Picture Pappy and I's, his name's Brian Durham. That's also where I met him. And coincidentally, was the first time I had ever listened to Insane Clown Posse or unedited Eminem lyrics. Threw me for a whirl. But at the Jason Project, we learned about, I don't know, underwater stuff. I remember learning about, like, Native Americans traveling by canoes, and we played this game. Neither here nor there. Anyways, Boatman and I were obviously 2 of the coolest dudes there, and naturally hit it off. And I remember us hanging out every day outside. We had to wait on the buses to get there, and we would race, just like everyone, back and forth between these 2 walls that were, I don't know, like 40 feet apart. And even though I was a fat elementary schooler, I did beat Boatman in a race one day after he had already raced like 3 races.
Oh my
But
gosh.
again,
no, hold on. That's what I came back to. That's what I came back to is Rick J's talking about the one time that he beat me. No, I will be honest, once we got to high school, he probably was quicker than me. But back in the day, I was a fast fuck.
And he was, and I was
did.
a fat
I
fuck,
raced like 9 times that day, man. I done ran through everybody.
He was
and
racing
then he
girls,
strategically.
bro.
No,
Like,
I was. I know. They were.
I remember he was flirting with Ashley Kramer,
Yep.
who was good friends with Carly Shuby.
Yep, for sure.
We were all hanging out outside of the Jason Project building.
Nerds.
Which is, It's the what's that building called for the vocational
Yeah, the
building for like the
vocational.
high school is
So
where it was
like,
held
yeah,
at.
yeah, yeah, the vocational building for you guys. Yep.
But good times. That is, I don't remember exactly how we met, but that's where we met, and then
That's
stayed
where we
friends ever
met.
since then.
And then we followed up the friendship at the UAW hall, and no, actually at the
Oh,
gymnastics center. At the
before it
gymnastics
switched
center,
over.
when was it the gymnastics center first? Yeah, and
I
then we
mean,
would get.
I definitely went to the gymnastics
No,
center
no, we
dances,
actually
but I
no,
don't
we
think we hung
didn't.
out at
No, we didn't
those.
hang out. Yeah, we didn't hang out until the UAW hall dances because we
Which,
would go
for
up and
those
get
who don't know,
suicides.
yeah,
We
for
would
those who
get.
don't know, like back in elementary school, first the gymnastics center had dances, and you had to be like sixth grade or younger or something,
Yeah, to
and
get
you
in.
could go there for the. I don't even remember what the times were, but I want to say it was like 8 p.m. to 10 or something, or
Yeah,
maybe
and it
even
was like
7 to 10.
$2 to
It was
get
like
in
a
or
little,
something. It was the
yeah,
club.
it was
It was the
it was like a
club.
nightclub for kids. Yeah, they set us up to be what we are, and
And we would
and
go
we
in.
would go. I would get $5 from both of my parents. That I grew up in a divorced household, so I could get like five or so from each of them. And you could get drinks, and when I say drinks, I mean like soda, which I call pop, but soda seems to be more regularly used.
Yeah.
And you could get what was called a suicide, which was literally where they just gave you a shot of like everything that they had on the fountain and a squirt of like cherry flavoring or something. And we thought it was so cool
We were
ordering a
getting
suicide.
lit, dude. We drink like two of them bitches and then hop out on the dance floor. After
Oh
we
my
would make
gosh.
our rounds, we would make our rounds, kind of checking everybody out, and then we would all get
There
in
was
a
that
line.
back room where the pool
Where
table,
the pool
was,
table was,
which is where
Oh
somehow
my
I swear there was like 7th and 8th graders in
Oh
there.
yeah,
I
they
don't
would
know
always
how
bully
they
us in there, man. That shit was. I didn't go back there. The pool table room was for bad news, man. You stayed on the dance floor if you didn't want no problems. We get in a little line, and then you would just sea walk through it.
What was the, oh my gosh, sea walking. I forgot.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember what was the song? It was like a 90s AF song. I want to say it was Tootsie Roll
To the windows.
by the six. No, well,
To the
yeah.
walls. That was
That
the
was
shit.
okay. That just took me back. So first of all, everything started off at the gymnastics center, which was PG as fuck because
Yes,
the
super
lady who
PG.
ran it, Miss Borders, was a gymnastics teacher at a school. So all the songs were edited. There was sufficient chaperoning. All that.
Hella chaperones. You
Then
couldn't
the
get
UA
dirty.
Exactly. The UAW hall though was like the new game in town that heard all these kids were looking for a place
Yeah, to spend their $2 at.
so they started one and they played unedited songs and it was legit like a little fucking nightclub in there. It was dark. They had all the lights going and whatnot, blaring music. You could request music, get your suicides, play pool. You could basically dance dirty damn near for being
dirty dancing with the
elementary.
other girls from the other elementary schools that you ain't never got to
Exactly.
see before, and then you see them out and you're like, huh, you want to die?
I gotta be here next Saturday.
Yeah, every Saturday. And then no, it was a thing. So like you guys have to realize. So I'm 28 years old. Rick's 28 years old. We were born in 1992. Rick was born the 20th March. Yeah, the 20th of March, and I was born the 14th of February. I'm a little older, you know, whatever. But so this was back in the day, y'all. We didn't have fucking cell phones. Like we didn't even know each other's home phone numbers. We just knew that I could rely on my dog sea walking with me through the middle of the fucking little, because we would all like put our hands up. Back in the day, you would put your hands up and like it was a little tunnel and you would dance your way through it. And then Rick and I would just kill it. We were nerdy as shit, dog. Rick was fat back in the day. I had glasses bigger than my fucking head. I weighed fucking 35 pounds, and we would just fucking groove our way through. Everybody would be like, oh, and then we would just go back in the corner and be like,
You want to get suicide?
Yeah, we're just watching. We're people watch. We were people watchers back in the day, dude.
True.
We really were. That's what's crazy. We just were like, oh yeah, you see, they're gonna fight. It's gonna
Bro,
go down over here.
I thought someone was trying to fight me one time. I don't know, like, is it do we have to not say people's names like if we're telling stories from our childhood?
If we do say people's names and we learn later that we need to blare them out, like before we publish this podcast, then I can just beep them out.
Okay, well, Adam Kahn, I'm pretty sure is
Was
if
trying to
I'm
fight
remembering
you.
the name. He was trying to fucking fight me for some reason. I don't even remember what, but it was like there was no good reason. Like him and like three other people were trying to beat my ass, and I was like not having it. And I was a little punk. I was a little punk ass, and told that they were
Told
trying
on
to
him.
beat
Hell
me up.
yeah, that's what we did. We ain't fighting nobody.
Yeah, I was a lover, not a fighter, especially whenever I didn't do shit. That also reminds me, old LaFizzle. I don't
Yeah.
know. It was weird. We were cool because we went to Grandview together whenever we were in like kindergarten through second grade.
Yeah.
But then when we were older, it was like him and I want to say Eric Tucker, and we
Oh
were like
shit.
cool, but at the same time they would fuck with me and like hit me hard in the fucking stomach. And I remember like dropping down to my knees after getting hit so hard one time.
at the UAW all dances.
At the UAW hall, and
Dude.
nobody saw shit.
That was the first time. That was the first time that I ever experienced bullying. Honestly,
Yeah.
I never experienced it in my own elementary school, right? You know, because within my elementary school, I was hanging out with Jeremy, I was hanging out with Zach, I was hanging out with Cody. I mean, you know, Mandy, Justice. I mean, Alexis. All of like I
Cool
was.
kids.
Yeah, I was in that cool kids section, but then whenever you go to that UAW hall dances, it's like middle school for fucking fifth graders and sixth graders, and that shit gets interesting because then everybody starts building a complex, and some people hit puberty before others, and I don't think I hit puberty until I was a fucking freshman in high school. Like, so I was just sitting there and I'm like all reserved, and like that was definitely the first time that I experienced bullying. Like, and like now that I look back on it, it was 100% bullying. Like, and I don't know, like as a kid you just think that that's shit that happens, you know, like it just part of life, and it is almost like
It is.
I think that some people, yeah, I think that you need to go through some shit. Like I think that you need to be challenged in that way because
Pressure promotes growth.
it made me a better person for sure. Because at the end of the day, what I realized a lot of the times is that those same people that were bullying me, like I literally seen their non-existent happiness. Like I would watch you and me go get suicides and fucking see walk through the little tunnel, and I would feel our joy from that night. And then we would have some people picking on us at the end of the night after the fucking Mountain Dew ran out of the fountain. And then I was like, yo, these people ain't happy. Like, these people ain't fucking happy. We're the ones living. Like, they're coming here every Saturday just to escape. And what the problem is they didn't mean it in any sort of way. That was the environment that they were raised in. No.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't realize what the fuck they were doing. They were poking fun. You know, when you're that age, yes, it is poking fun. It is bullying, but they don't know, they don't see it as that. The environment that they were raised in didn't allow them to feel that way. They don't feel that same compassion. You know? Weird.
But at the same time, I don't know. Like these days, kids that age might have a cell phone. I don't know when they start getting them these days, but it's probably.
When did you get your first cell phone?
I think,
I was
which
in
I
sixth grade.
was. You were what?
I was sixth grade. They told me that I was not allowed to have a cell phone until I was in sixth grade. It was a Nokia track phone.
See, I don't remember if it was sixth grade or if it was seventh, but it was.
I think
one
you
of
were
the
seventh.
two.
I think you were seventh, but you got a razor right off the rip.
No, well, see,
Didn't
technically,
you?
first we went to Sprint, and I got some sort of phone that was cool and whatnot. But at the time, Sprint service sucked.
Was
And I had it
terrible.
for like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and we switched. And then I got a razor, and it was fucking sick for the time.
And that mother Rick James had he was like one of the 5 people that had the razor in middle school, and it was like, oh, and actually
pretty
no,
hard.
and actually what's crazy is I didn't go to So I moved my sixth grade year. So after sixth grade year, I moved to Kentucky, and I lived in Nicholasville, Kentucky. And I went to East Jessamine. So this is what was weird about me moving, right? And I'm sorry, we're getting so off fucking. This is such a tangent, but that's what's gonna happen here. So I hope you're enjoying it. But so in Kentucky, right? So here in Indiana, where we live, our hometown, Connorsville, Indiana. Uh, I don't feel to protect my privacy in sort of way. If y'all want to fucking Google me, you can fucking Google me. Um, so here in Connorsville, middle school doesn't start until seventh grade, right? So I went all the way up until sixth grade in elementary school. Well, so seventh grade in Connorsville is that pivotal moment, right? To where you have to you change classes, like you walk to different classrooms for each period, and like as a young kid, that's fucking traumatizing. Like that is like a moment in time I'll never forget how nervous I was.
Yeah,
Like,
I was worried about learning how to work. I never worked a lock before.
Well, and the thing is like I was prepared to move from sixth grade to middle school here in Connorsville, where everybody was on the fucking learning curve of middle school, right? And changing classes. Well, I moved to Kentucky, and in Kentucky, in Nicholasville, middle school starts at sixth grade, and they run sixth, seventh, and eighth is middle school. And so these kids have already been changing classes for a year, right? And so I moved there, and I'm fucking lost, dog. I'll never forget my first period in the first ever class that I went to as a Jaguar at East Jessamine Middle School. It was a French class. I elected to choose French, and I walked in 35 minutes, and this was block scheduling, so it was like an hour and a half classes. I walk in 35 minutes late because I was looking around. I didn't know anybody at this school, anybody, and I'm walking around, and like we all had different pods. That's what they called it. So similar to how we had in middle school, we had the race cars. We had, what else did we have?
Teams.
Teams. Yeah,
Eagles
different
and
teams.
Lions.
Eagles,
for the
Lions.
Seventh grade.
And then so we all had different pods. That's what they called it. So I'm sitting here fucking looking for a French class in my pod. I walked into 3 different classrooms and did not get the right class. It was like English, social studies, another class, and I'm like, and they're like, nobody gave me direction, mind you. I'm like, I walk into the wrong classroom, and they're like, no, you're not on the roster, and nobody decided to tell me where I needed to go. So I end up walking in, and on the first day of 7th grade French, this teacher spoke nothing but French the entire class, dude. And so I walk in, and she's like, whatever, da 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 da, je m'appelle, and she said her name, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm fucking fried, dude. I'm lost. I'm screwed for life. This is my start to middle school. Everybody, I'm new. Everybody was looking at me like, dog, you don't know how to switch classes? And I'm like, no. And that ruined me, man. And then so to bring it back to the Razor story of Rick James having the dopest cell phone in the world, I came back middle of 8th grade year to Connorsville. I'll never forget, it was fall break. And we were actually getting ready to go on fall break in Nicholasville. And it was that Friday. And I'm a jokester, man. I'm a fucking deviant, cocksucking son of a bitch, man. Like, I just like to play fucking jokes for no reason. I'm a deceitful liar. I like to tell white lies just to fucking entice the story. I like to fucking beef shit up, man. I like to make the movie, dude. Like, if they don't know any better, then I'm gonna make the movie for them so they just get even more engulfed, dog. And that's how I feel. So I'm sitting here as a fucking 8th grader in the middle of our 8th grade, well, I guess the start of our 8th grade year. And I'm just fucking with everybody. I had a crush, I'll never forget. Jaleisha Thacker. Shout out to Jaleisha and Felicia because they're sisters, they're twins, and I thought they were both drop dead gorgeous, and both of them played on the fucking middle school football team, and they were badasses. Both of them started, dude. They were our 2 middle linebackers were fucking females, dude, and they were G's, dog. And so like I was kind of flirting with them, and I was like, hey guys, I'm moving back to Indiana, back to my hometown after fall break. Just trying to fucking spit game, dog. Tell me why I get home that Friday. Or actually, it was a Thursday because we got Friday off. I would never forget because we were all stoked. 4-day weekend. You get a 4-day weekend in school, and you think you're the biggest, baddest man on campus. And so I was just feeling myself. I was like, yeah, we're moving back to Indiana, blah, blah, blah. I get home, and my parents are like, we need to talk. I'm like, what's going on? I'm fucking what are you at 8th grade? 13? 14?
That sounds about 8th grade. Sounds about like 14 to me.
Yeah.
Maybe probably 13.
I was like, what's up? And they were like, well, how would you like to graduate a Spartan? And we're from Connorsville, and we are the Connorsville Spartans. True. And if y'all know me at all, you guys know my Spartan blood runs fucking deep. I love this goddamn city, man. For whatever reason, I love Connorsville so much, man. And I was like, yeah, let's fucking run that shit. Say less. And literally, we moved fucking Saturday. They bought the fucking U-Haul that night, reserved it for Saturday morning. We packed up our entire fucking house, living in a beautiful home, making great money. Dad was making great money working with the Heartland Boys and as a professional Southern gospel singer. And we fucking picked up and moved. And we lived with Grandma. We lived with Grandpa Moorhead. We lived with Papa and Mama for probably 8 months, about the rest of the school year. And then we moved into the house just down the road. And I'll never forget that moment because up until I turned probably... When did we move back to Lexington? When did I meet Jewel again? I was like 26.
I'd say it was because we took the river trip in 2017, so you were here by at least 2016.
Years. Yeah, so I was probably 25. And I met one of my friends from back in school. We ended up crossing paths, and I ended up reconnecting with everybody that I told I was fucking leaving and moving away, and then I actually did, and I reconnected with them, and I told them that story, and they were like, what the fuck, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, no, it was supposed to be a joke, and it ended up being, I spoke it into manifestation as a 13-year-old.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. And so all this to say, this is kind of how we've met. Both of us are college dropouts. Both of us are in debt. Both of us are working jobs that don't necessarily bring us happiness or fulfillment. And we've been there before. And, we're going to end up talking. He brought up the river trip. I feel like that needs to be an episode within itself.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of these episodes, man. Like I've done 150 plus shows in my life, hip hop shows. And Rick's been there for damn near every single one of them, guys. Like we've done a lot, and I feel like I don't know what happened to where was my music not that good? Because that's what I think. My music just wasn't that good because we did everything else right. We really did.
I think persistence is key, and I don't think we persisted. I think at one point it just kind of...
We gave up.
I don't know if we gave up, but we weren't...
I think we did.
We weren't on it every day. Because you still at least write lyrics and help out with music with others, if not working on it for yourself. But yeah, I feel like the main goal wasn't just us going after and getting it. And I feel like also... we're working on more than just you. We were trying to do Lime Time as a whole and everything that it could be. And, try and work on multiple artists, multiple venues. What am I trying, like different things other than just music, entertainment as a whole.
I think we just seen the ultimate goal. We didn't like it.
Maybe. And with that being said, I think we should end this episode and pick up either with Lime Time or River Trip or whatever we deem necessary with episode 2 of Untitled
Unnamed,
podcast.
the Untitled podcast. I promise, guys, before we drop episode 2, and I would actually like to drop episode 2. Uh, I mean, would you work tomorrow?
All right. So right now, my schedule, I make the schedule, but I keep it pretty much the same. So at the job that I fucking hate, I'm typically always off on Monday and Thursday, and every other day, I work a half hour away, and I'm there from at least 8 until usually about 4, sometimes 5.
So you set the day then. When do we want to do this? I think that
Um,
as of right now, we need to produce as much content.
then
Get
it
it
can be
out.
done Thursday.
Thursday?
Wait, is today Thursday?
Yeah, today's Thursday.
Then it can be done Monday, Labor Day. Labor Day 2020, episode 2 coming,
Perfect. All right.
or at least being recorded.
Well, you guys know it's gonna get dropped, and that's the thing is I don't want any editing on this. As of right now, we don't need it. And the thing is, on episode 2, we will have video. That way, you guys we'll have a Discord call set up to where you guys can see both of our videos rather than just me. We'll have that set up, and I think this is gonna be fucking nuts, man. You know what I almost want to call this?
What?
You remember our encounter with the traveling hippie girls in Indianapolis? I worked at the Punch Burger.
Hold on. Traveling hippie girls, Indianapolis.
That lived with me and Eddie for a while.
No. I remember. Remember
Blue
hippie-ish
Kai
girl.
Night?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just think it should be the Kai Night podcast.
Kai Night podcast.
The blue,
it's the Traveler Stone.
The blue Kai Night is the Traveler Stone.
I still have some blue Kai Night.
I have some right here. It literally, it doesn't leave me, fam. I just bought some, and I love it. I love it so much. I'm showing it. And that's
mine.
That's another thing that we also need to remember is that although this video performance would be nice to have our video on there, a lot of people, like whenever I listen to Joe Rogan, I listen,
yeah.
Watch. A 2.5 hour thing. I'm not watching, listening as actively engaged in something.
So, yeah, that's typically how I do it.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing that we don't necessarily have video right now. It's all about producing. But yeah, just a thought. Maybe a podcast.
It doesn't roll off the tongue
marketable
well enough, but we'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll work on it. All right, guys. My name is Picture Pappy, and I'm here with
Rick James. Whoops, I'm Rick James, B.
And this is the first episode. We're 38 minutes deep. I think that we actually covered a good amount of background information that was inadvertently covered because what our initial topic of conversation was not this. I'll be honest, I don't know what we were going to talk about.
Nope, I don't think it was really a plan.
Yep. And this is what you guys get.
Yep, you're welcome.
Is, y'all. Much love, everybody.
Yep.
Shout out to Joe Rogan. Shout out Noah Kagan. Shout out Tim Ferriss.
Oh yeah, stay tuned for episode 2 so you can find out Dick's mentors.
Oh yes.
Keep them enticed.
Hey, there we go. See, yes. Episode 2, we got shot by Dick's mentors. All right, much love, everybody. We out of here, y'all.
Much love. Peace.